welcome to Talking FCB, and welcome back here to the channel, guys. Barcelona met Atletico Madrid tonight at the Camp Nou in an absolutely vital game in our season. Not only there for the La Liga title, not only for the personal pride of course, beating Atletico and overcoming a big challenge. Because let's not forget, they are a good team. But most importantly, tonight, Setien was fighting for his job. And is that now a battle that he has lost? Is this the end for Quique Setien? It's Barca 2, Atletico Madrid 2. There was 3 penalties in total, along with the Diego Costa own goal. There was questionable calls from the referee and from the coach himself. And in today's video, we are talking about it as Barcelona fall flat once again. Because this right here, as we spoke about before the game, was how Setien elected to line up against Atletico Madrid, and the surprise was that he actually named their 4 midfielders in the centre of the field. It was Busquets there and Rakitic sitting in very deep roles in midfield, with Arturo Vidal there being deployed as part of the forward line in many ways. He was trying to get into the box, get on the end of things, but I have to say, Arturo Vidal was not good today. How he lasted the 90 minutes, it is absolutely beyond me. I thought Riqui Puig, the way that Setien put his faith in him, like I said before the game, I respect him for that. I appreciate the work that he's done with Riqui Puig, because by far and away, he was one of our most exciting players. One of the brightest parts of this team was all about Riqui Puig, who was everywhere in the full 90 minutes tonight and against a great team. But of course, the criticism comes there of Setien in terms of those subs once again. We saw it against Sevilla where he delayed it, and he didn't really make the decisions there, which changed the game in our favour. He brought Sergio Roberto on for Ivan Rakitic after 63 minutes, but it took him ages then to make another sub, and he only brought on Ansu Fati with 5 minutes to go, and Griezmann got barely seconds on the field against his former side. And like I say, I think right the way through the game, not just there in the team selection, not just there in terms of the subs, but you look at him there during the cooling breaks, and I think for me, Quique Setien, the writing was on the wall. I think right throughout this game, you look at his body language in the cooling breaks, like I say, he just looked like a beaten man. He just looked as though he knew what was coming, his fate had been decided, and I honestly right now, I cannot see anything else but him being sacked at the end of the day. And it was interesting there to see one of the images has gone all around social media, and it basically shows Atletico Madrid together, united as a team there. Diego Simeone, everything about that team, no matter whether you're in the starting lineup, whether you're in the bench, everybody coming together with the same game plan, the same focus. And then there's Barcelona. You can see there, disconnected, disjointed, maybe even disinterested. Whatever has happened between Setien, the players, whoever is to blame, it looks like the end for the coach. And before we do go on there to those penalty decisions, which I did feel massively changed the game in so many ways, and I do feel, again, we were on the receiving end of some really debatable calls, I just want to talk here about not just Setien, because even if you take out the coach, you're still going to have the same player, just like we saw there with Valverde, and now with Setien. And what I want to highlight here is how slow this team is, and that really hit me tonight. Yeah, I've known that for a while. I know that we have players in our team who aren't exactly athletic, and the lack of wingers tonight, and the lack of wingers at the club in general is something that has hampered us for quite some time. But we are so slow. I would say actually right now, of the top elite clubs, we're the slowest out there. Because time and time again tonight, Atletico Madrid did something they very rarely do against Barcelona. Because they actually came out and played. They were throwing players forward, they were trying to attack, and on several occasions, we had the chance there to counter-attack. There was Luis Suarez, who was finding space, who was finding time, who had a real opportunity there to run in behind the defence and actually get through on goal. But we're so slow. We're nowhere near actually breaking into that space. It was exactly the same there when Lionel Messi played in Arturo Vidal. You're looking for somebody there to take the ball and just get beyond Atletico. But it doesn't happen. We don't have enough players there who can actually carry the ball, who can actually make a run there into that space. I thought Riqui Puig tonight, like I say, was one of our best players by a country mile. He's one of the only players there in that team who really has that spark, that energy to go about his game and actually take the game to Atletico Madrid. And tonight, it wasn't just about Setien there, not taking off Suarez, not taking off Vidal, not making the subs, because you've also got to look, where was the urgency out there from the players too? I think in those final minutes, not only did Setien not make those changes, which like I say, he will come into criticism for, and rightly so, but from the players too. No urgency. Apart from Puig there, Messi gave his all tonight. Messi got his 700th goal. Of course, we're going to talk about that. But for me, there wasn't enough drive to actually win this game. And maybe that's the way they wanted it. But okay, if we do talk about those very dubious refereeing decisions, because on 12 minutes, Lionel Messi's brilliant corner kick, it was whipped in there with real pace, a lot of curl on the ball. It took Diego Costa by surprise. He misjudged the bounce, and before you know it, it's past Jan Oblak, and Barcelona have a very, very big lead, courtesy there of our former fan favourite own goal. We had the lead. That was all good. But just 5 minutes later, there was a challenge there, ridiculous tackle by Arturo Vidal on Yannick Carrasco. He wins his first penalty of the game, and it wouldn't be his last. And it was a bad tackle from Vidal, a perfectly fine penalty, no question about that. Diego Costa steps up there to take the penalty. Ter Stegen guesses right, goes down to his left. Brilliant, brilliant save. But it's not, because the referee there, after receiving instruction from VAR, actually ensures the penalty is retaken, and Atletico Madrid change their taker. Saul steps up and he scores. And I would just like to say there, have we seen right throughout this season that rule about keeping 1 foot on the line there from penalty kicks? Have we seen that enforced? Because I have not seen any other team actually there get that call back. No team. Not Real Madrid, not anybody else. But when it comes to Barcelona, we there are punished for Ter Stegen being marginally off his line, and Atletico Madrid get the equalising goal. It's also worth pointing out tonight that whilst the players were very, very angry, not only with the referee Hernandez, who's not a great referee at all, as he showed right throughout the 90 minutes, but also on VAR tonight was none other than Mathieu Lahoz, who was overseeing all of the decisions. Obviously, I mean, of course he was. But then, of course, we did get back in front, and we had a penalty of our own. And I will also admit, I'm going to be fair here, and say it was also a dubious penalty. But there was minimal contact. There was some contact from Felipe, but it was minimal on Semedo. He tries to get to the ball first, much like Vidal's tackle. It's a bit stupid. You go and commit yourself there. You leave yourself open to conceding a penalty. But he does make a very, very slight contact. Whether it's enough to send Semedo down, whether it's enough there to give a penalty, that is certainly debatable. But Barcelona go back in front, courtesy, of course, you have to say, a brilliant 700th goal from Lionel Messi, a Panenka, absolutely cool as you like, in front of Jan Oblak, sits him down. Barcelona have the lead again. But the controversy wasn't over. The third penalty was to come. Again, it's Carrasco. He caused us problems right throughout tonight's game. He was absolutely brilliant there. Out on the left-hand side, caused Semedo, caused Piqué, all manner of problem. And he again is making one of those explosive runs into the area. Now, Semedo brushes him. But if you watch the replay, how the penalty is given, I honestly don't know. Because when you watch it back, you can clearly see that what sends Carrasco down is him clipping his own leg. He falls over his own leg. It's nothing to do with Semedo. Semedo there brushes him initially, but Carrasco keeps going. What sends him down is that actually there, he gets tangled up in his own leg, and then he hits the turf, and somehow, after watching that back on VAR, somehow it's given for Atletico Madrid. Saul again, very, very good from the spot. This time Ter Stegen gets a really strong hand on it. He probably would have expected to keep it out. But Barcelona tonight, we couldn't get past Atletico. We couldn't get that 3 points. And like I say, it just feels right now, with the way the result has gone, with the way the performance went, I don't think we were convincing. I didn't feel as though the players were all in tonight. I didn't feel as though they were doing everything in their power to get their result for their coach. I think right now, there's a clear divide. What we've spoken about the past few days has certainly come true. Setien looks set to be on his way, and so do our title hopes. I do want to finish though with some positivity, guys, because yes, the title may be gone, and yes, Setien may be on his way, but what I do want to say is this. Ricky Puig tonight was an absolute diamond in that midfield. There was a moment there throughout the game, he was skipping past Atletico, and the one thing that's levelled at Puig is that he's not physical enough, he's not strong enough, he's not big enough, and surely here, he's not a player who can actually be in a top team because he can be bullied, and that's the expectation of many people tonight coming into the game against a physical team like Atletico Madrid. But you know what? He was superb. He was gliding past Thomas Partey. He was evading the challenges of the really vicious Atletico Madrid team they were. And it just shows, if you've got the quality, if you're good enough, if you're talented enough, doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter how tall you are, doesn't matter how slender you are, Ricky Puig, for me, is destined for the very, very top. And all that I hope is, if Setien does indeed get the sack, like I said before, I'll be very, very grateful for what he's done with Ricky. He's put real faith in him. He started him in these big, big games. And I just hope that whoever comes in, whether it be Pimienta or somebody else, they have to keep that faith in this young man, because he's brilliant. He is the future, and he's one of the few players in our team who can take the ball, who can carry it, who can show energy, and most importantly, just excite us once again. That's what we've all wanted. That's all we want. But tonight, once again, Barcelona haven't made it happen, and the analysis and all of the fallout, it's still to come, guys. Believe me, I'm sure in the Spanish media, in the days to come, in the hours to come this evening, there's going to be big reports coming out. We'll wait and see what happens. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you make of that tonight? Do you believe this is the end of the road for Quique Setien? Let me know all your thoughts. Thanks for watching, even despite the circumstances. I'll see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça!